Hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, Adam here, and you're going to be listening to a longer deep sleep hypnosis session. And the original client that I was working with had a background of very traumatic, unpleasant experiences that was affecting their sleep. So this is a hypnosis session really to leave the past behind, extract the wisdom, and give them the feeling of being a hero in their story rather than a victim or someone on the receiving end of someone unpleasant. And if you think of the hero's journey, quite often towards the end of any kind of heroic book or film, quite often the hero meets their nemesis. And that's normally a test of whatever transformation they've gone through, that it has to be tested. And if they can continue on their journey and overcome the adversity when they meet their nemesis, that's normally the end of the story arc where they move forward in life with that change. So the hero's journey is utilized in this particular hypnosis session, but also it has certain fairy tale elements of this in the sense of levels of disassociation. So finding a place in nature with a bed and then dreaming that they're in an enchanted forest. And then there's a way of sleeping there. So it's levels of disassociation, certain acceptance and commitment therapy. But this particular one has an hour of theta wave relaxing music after the hypnosis finishes. It also doesn't have the outro, the music outro at the end. So if you like hypnosis to really drift off to sleep with, this really helps to awaken the hero within you. And it's 90 minutes of hypnosis. So 30 minutes of hypnosis and 60 minutes of very relaxing theta wave music to really help you drift off into sleep. So if you like listening to this stuff before you go to bed, this will be a good one. In the description, I've also got a gift for you, and that is 22 different hypnosis downloads that you can get absolutely free. And on my Shopify store, I normally sell these downloads for £10 or about $13 each. But in the description, you can get 22 hypnosis downloads completely free. So if you like my stuff, but you don't want to be listening to the intro and the outro and all the explanations, you just want to get straight to the hypnosis, click the link in the description and you'll be able to download those 22 hypnosis downloads completely free of charge. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in that resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation, and then release that breath. And as you release the breath, that's it, close your eyes. And as your eyes closed, feel a wonderful sense of release, just like tension that you've been holding on to. You're able to let go. That's it. Breathing in deeper and exhaling for longer. As you breathe in and breathe out, scan your body for any signs of tension. And that may be a tightness in the jaw, or a sensation in the neck or the shoulders. But allow that to be the canary in the coal mine. There's nothing you need to do other than notice that as you breathe in that resourceful feeling of relaxation, allow yourself to sense that you're releasing tension. And maybe you notice some of those signs of tension changing. Maybe your breathing gets deeper. Muscles or tendons that were tense start to loosen. Your eyelids might get heavier. Or maybe there's the thought or the sensation, the feeling to yawn. Just allow yourself to notice whatever you notice as your mind takes you deeper and deeper into a place of wonderful relaxation. The deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, the deeper you breathe. And as your body starts to relax more and more, your imagination awakens. And I want you to imagine a place of pure relaxation, a place out in nature, perhaps near a body of water, a place where you would feel the sensation of a gentle breeze or the sunshine on your skin, or see unique animals, the kind of animal that can glide, kind of animals that represent equality. And I want you to imagine in this place, for some reason, I want you to imagine the most comfortable bed you've ever seen. And the logical part of your mind is wondering, why would there be a bed in this place in nature? But this is not reality, and therefore logic isn't necessary. I want you to imagine what it would feel like to be wearing the kind of clothing that you could drift off into a deep, rejuvenating sleep. I want you to imagine standing near to that bed. But I want you to see that there is a rope trapped around your waist and attached to a nearby tree. I want you to get a sense that the tree represents your past, and the bed represents a feeling that it's finally time to let go of that past, to retain all the wisdom, but to break the tether of any emotions that are holding you back in your sleep, in your work, in your life. And I want you to come to a conclusion. The rope around your waist stops you reaching that comfortable bed. And I want you to see some golden scissors encrusted with jewels. These scissors represent a decision to let go of the past, to retain the wisdom but let go of the pain and the associations. And you can remain tethered to the tree, knowing that you can't access the bed, or you could use these gold, jewel-encrusted scissors to cut the rope. As you consider this a psychological form of cord cutting, enabling you to really enjoy that restful sleep. Moving on from your past does not mean forgetting it. It just means not being attached to it anymore. Any pain, any trauma, that remains in the past. And if you're willing to cut the rope, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. So imagine using those gold scissors to cut the thick rope. And because it's not a string or a ribbon, you can't do it in one go, but you are determined. You keep gnawing away at that rope with the gold scissors, feeling a sense that this represents liberation, freedom, a real sense of justice. It is not just for you to be living in the future while still attached to the past. Justice is to be free of the past, not tethered to it. So cut away at that rope until it just falls down to the ground. And when you feel that you are free from the attachment to the past, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And feel a sense of freedom, liberation, empowerment as you then walk towards that comfy bed, placing your head on the pillow and feeling your body sink into the mattress. Still out there in nature, but feeling that now is the time to really rest, to relax, to really allow yourself to let go of the past and embrace the future. Continue to breathe in that relaxation and continue to exhale any tension, and just allow yourself to feel your whole body relaxing deeper and deeper relaxed. Eyelids getting heavier and heavier. You may even notice that your pulse or heart rate feels like it's slowing down. Because right now is your time. A time to heal, to rest, and to reconnect with who you truly are. I want you to imagine drifting off to sleep in this comfy, relaxing bed. That bed in nature, breathing in fresh air. And I wonder if you could imagine what it would be like to be dreaming about a forest, and the forest is just as the sun sets. Maybe you could imagine seeing the low-hanging moon, and as the sun sets, the moon gets brighter. And there is a path in this forest. A path that feels safe, connected to nature and welcoming. And each step you take on the path, notice how you feel safer, more grounded, more at peace. And maybe you could imagine glowing creatures, and they could be fireflies or small fairies. Allow your imagination to decide. But these tiny glowing lights guide you deeper into this enchanted world. And with each breath, another light appears. And with each glowing light, feel that another level of stress, anxiety, or injustice starts to feel like it's leaving your body, enabling you to drift deeper and deeper relaxed. That's it. And what if the path in the forest takes you to a clearing, a moonlit clearing in the enchanted forest? A perfect place to just pause. And I want you to imagine now there is an enchanted bed there in the clearing. A magical bed. And imagine lying on that enchanted magical bed there in the forest clearing, feeling like you're being held by the earth and protected by the stars and moonlight above. And allow those fairy or firefly light that is dancing around you, lighting up the space, feel like they're small, gentle guardians. Each light carries a message. You are safe now. You have made it through. You are stronger than you know. As you drift off into a second dreamlike sleep, I want you to think back to a time not so long ago. But imagine being the observer, perhaps, of something that was dark and undesirable. The kind of thing that's like a black hole and draws people in. The kind of thing that many people never escape. But I want you to see that you did. And you can consider this some form of test, trial, or challenge. But when you face that test and that trial, not just in body, but in spirit and fortitude, I want you to see and observe that hero within you. Every hero meets their nemesis, where their qualities and characteristics are tested. And the hero never leaves that challenge unscathed, but they do leave transformed. So what if that traumatic time was the moment you faced your nemesis? the shadow that every hero must face, with the intention to undo you, to submit you, to draw you back in, and yet you found your way out of the trap, out of the fear, out of the narrative that others tried to write for you. And what if in doing so, you became more than who you were? What if you became who you were meant to be? A part of you could have believed that you were like that character Sisyphus, endlessly pushing the same stone uphill. But that's not the case. Not only did you reach the summit, but you reached the summit stronger. For you to be Sisyphus would have meant going all the way back, and yet you didn't. You moved forward. I want you to get a sense that everything you've been through, especially those things that were unfair, unjust, unwanted, contributed to a level of resilience, strength, and determination, and unleashed a strong sense of justice, a sense of clarity as to what is right, and also what it is that you want. And the world may have tried to chain you to the past, but you chose freedom. You've come through trials and tribulations. And what if life is constantly giving you these tests? Not to hold you back, but to help you evolve. And what if this current test is not a test of survival, but of self-worth, of tenacity and determination? A promise unkept, a mirage that always moves, systems, processes designed to break and question, and yet you see it, you name it, and you feel it as injustice. But what if that feeling, perhaps frustration or anger, restlessness, is the very thing that makes every superhero who they are? A superhero sees the injustice and aims to use their resources to make a difference. You see the injustice, and I want you to get a sense that the more resourceful you are, the more able you are to navigate, mitigate, perhaps even change that injustice. And the very fact that it bothers you proves that your values are alive and well. You care. You believe in fairness. And what if you can turn that feeling of injustice into power? Allow your mind, body, and emotions to rest in that enchanted forest as you realize you are no longer the you from your past. You are not that vulnerable, frightened version of yourself, and you are certainly not the victim in this story. From this point onwards, you are the author. You decide the narrative. You get to write all of those remaining chapters. And I wonder, what would happen if you gave yourself permission to really sleep well? To allow your body to sleep safely, fully relaxed. What if you sleep as someone wiser, someone safer, someone free? Because you have clarity now. You have boundaries now. Connections now. You have a voice. And even if work feels like a battlefield or another game, you know who you are. And you are not a pawn in this chess game. You are not overlooked or unworthy. You are the one that makes the moves. Feel that resourcefulness rising up as you come to the conclusion that the better you sleep, the more resourceful you can be, the more you're able to allow your body, emotions to recalibrate, reset, to enable you to be the healthiest, happiest, resourceful version of you. And those whispers of injustice, they don't hold you down. They help you rise up. They fuel you. So as you finally feel that you can let go of the pain of the past, the stresses of the present, and the anxiety of the future, allow it all to just let go. Right now there is nothing to do, so you can let go of any of those thoughts of work and meetings, bosses and promotions. Just allow it all to melt away. Because you have trained at altitude. You have faced real adversity and come out the other side. The strongest swords and shields faced the fiercest furnaces. So harness that resilience and allow each breath to take you deeper. Each exhale releases even more. And your bed becomes a cocoon, a sacred chamber, an enchanted clearing where your mind heals, your heart restores, and your soul expands. as you give yourself permission to allow sleep to become your sanctuary, your safe space, a space of peace, of renewal, and of profound evolution and transformation. And the deeper you drift, the more you realize you've never been this strong, this wise, this secure, and this whole before. So as you allow any remaining thoughts of the day to melt away, like leaves falling from a forest tree, here and now there is nothing to fix, nothing to prove, and nothing to change. You are safe, you are whole, you are enough. As you drift deeper now into the deepest, most peaceful sleep, acknowledging that you are the hero, not the victim. So drift deeper now. And if you're listening to this at a time where you're ready to sleep, when I count from 1 to 10, it will simply take you deeper asleep. But if you're listening to this where you want to awaken, when I count from 1 to 10, you will awaken. And if you choose to sleep, you will awaken refreshed and rejuvenated at the appropriate time to awaken. That's it. Still there in the enchanted forest. Starting to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.